Mr. Ali said, I'm going to take you out from the pure this linguistic atmosphere and move you to the kind of professional, educational, and policy-related aspects of translation, which is part of the translation studies related to the practice and professions. And I'm going to focus mainly on something called the value of translation degree. This is sometimes the elephant in the room. السؤال الحرج اللي يسأل الحقيقة واللي احنا ايضا اساسا كاساتذه وكتدريسيين في قسم الترجمه دائما نسأل. يعني يقول لك خلصت بالتالي ايش راح تعمل بشهاده الترجمه؟ ويا صباح توظفها؟ ايش راح تستفاد منها؟ And I myself sometimes encounter these questions. Even in the United States, when I was asked, what's your background? I tell them translation, and they say simply, what you gonna do with it? What do you do with it? I myself definitely have an answer, and this is the topic of my today that I'm going to talk about, which is the graduates' evaluation of translation degree in Iraqi universities. So let's dig into this topic. So as you can see, the study sought an answer to the following questions. First, how do the graduates of translation department in Iraq perceive the economic, academic, and personal value of their degree? The second question is, are the graduates of translation degree satisfied with the outcome of their educational experience? The third one is, what are the factors that affect the perception of degree value? And the last one is, how does the socio-economic environment affect the utility or the utilization of translation degree? Of course, the theoretical aspect that I have used in this study is quite diversified. Some of the studies that I have relied on are philosophical, like those of Qunsuwa, Ibn Khaldun, Clark's, and many, John Dewey, who is a philosopher of educational studies, and other. And most of these, I condensed their understanding of value into a process of bargaining. So there is a sort of gain and loss, and this is how the people estimate or look at value. Value is a very important concept, and value is understood as something that you gain because of an effort that you make. Of course, all of us sometimes may spend 6, 8, or even 4 years trying to get that degree. So we think about the value of that degree. And this is simply in a nutshell, the concept of value. The other theoretical background that I used in this study is the social construction theory by Berger and Lockman, 1966, Ossian, Andrews, 2012. Those are the people who talked about the social construction theory, and they think that the behavior and thinking as something socially built and transmitted within the socio-cultural realm of the family, social group, and social structure. So the behavior and thinking are the outcome of these things. The society we live in, the structure, the family, all of these contribute to our understanding of value and making of value. And this is, we can say that the value is an organic process among the environment, experience, and cognitive processes. This is a representation of the things that I was talking about. So perception of value is an organic process of interaction among these concepts, which is the environment, experiences, and cognitive processes. Now we move to the method of study. I just want to tell you that this study is a completely quantitative study. It was based on designing a survey, and this survey was distributed to participants. So the survey itself is derived from McVinney 2002 model, and I have adapted this survey to make it suitable to the translation department graduates. So we can say that this survey can be used across majors, but I have made some adaptation and changes to make it, I would say, adjustable to the translation degree. To collect the data, I have used a convenience sampling method. There are so many scholars, as you can see, who talked about the convenience sampling, because we can say that there are different sampling methods. And the convenience sampling method depends on the group that you want to study. So you change the sampling based on the group that you want to study. And the group or population in my study are translation graduates. So I have reached out to this specific people and collected the samples. The participants in the study, as you can see, graduates of Translation Department of Iraqi Public Universities. So you can say that this is a comprehensive study because I have reached to all the translation departments across Iraq. Before conducting the study, and this is something that we have learned back in the United States, that you have to pilot your study, to have a feedback about the method that you are using, whether it is correct, if there is some shortages that you need to change. The questions that you form should be understandable, should be clear. I remember that one of the important things is to avoid something called double barrel. So when you form a questions, you have to focus on one concept. You do not ask two questions at the same time in the same question. And this is something very important. So I have actually sent out the study to 10 participants. Some of them are experienced scholars, and they gave me feedback about the suitability of the survey itself. All in all, I have 162 participants from different translation departments across Iraq. So the participants is, I can say, the good amount of participants in the study, 162 participants. The statistical method used in the study is, I have actually used the SPSS, which is a well-known software made by the American company IBM, and I have used three methods. Which the first one is the descriptive analysis, where you describe the background of the participants, and then analysis of the frequencies, and finally I use the chi-square method. And through chi-square method, we hold a comparison between one item in the study with another item to see if there's some sort of statistical relationship between these items. So for example, you take age and satisfaction and examine if there's a relationship or not between these two factors. You take, for example, sex and, for example, recommending the department and so on. So these are, this is in a nutshell, I would say, the chi-square method. This is the background of the participants, and as you can see, I have 70 male participants, 30 female participants in the study. The geographic distribution of the participants, they came from different countries, by the way. So we as translators are spread all over the world. So some people are from Iraq, other people live in Europe in their different countries, other people in North America, Asia, and so on. So it's a quite diversified, I would say, population in different countries. The mother tongue of the participant is 87% speak Arabic, while 13% speaks different languages. And this is something that we know in the Department of Translation, and it's very important, because someone who speaks Kurdish or, for example, Assyrian is different from somebody who speaks Arabic. And this is something that we can see as teachers, and how that affects their performance. They are Kurdish, Assyrian, Armenian, and Turkish. 7 universities have participated across Iraq, and these are pseudonyms, by the way. because I have conducted the rules of conducting studies according to the principles and protocol of American universities. You shouldn't reveal the name of the universities, and that's why I gave them the name blue, green, brown, yellow, and so on. But these are, in fact, Iraqi universities. So according to the rule, we should keep the identity of even the institution itself. Type of the study, so 80% are morning class graduates, while 20% from the evening classes. The degree obtained is the BA, MA, and BA and MA and PhD in translation. Beside that, which adds to the value of the study, is that the graduates have different other degrees than the translation. So some of them have law, microbiology, medical analysis, engineering, business administration, computer science, besides the translation. So this is something that can make us think about why they have chosen the Department of Translation to study it. So this is the background, and now we move to the results of the study. And as you can see, the reason for joining this major varies between personal aspiration. So 69%, they said that they want to come to this department. They have some aspiration. They have dreams that they want to achieve by joining this department. Some of them, 99%, said that they have specific career goals. Some of the participants said that the department was recommended by their parents. So either their father or mother, they told them to go to the Department of Translation. And of course, 19% is a mix of all of these reasons together. Other reasons for joining the department include departmental ranking, the personal passion for English language. So some of them like to study English, and that's why they ended up in the Department of Translation. Willingness to learn a foreign language or inability to join a different college. تعرفون احنا القبول المركزي فهو اساسا على سبيل المثال غالب على سبيل المثال علم الاجتماع ما طلع له انتهى الامر من، او غالب مثلا على سبيل المثال علوم الحياه او الهندسه ما طلع له فجاء الى قسم الترجمه. So this with regard to the reasons why they joined the Department of Translation. Now we move to the work, whether they have used their degrees in a practical way. And 72% they said that there is no training. Our institutions, after graduations, there are no opportunities for training in the field of translation. And this is something very important. 16% worked for a period of time in the translation-related field. Only 8% received a training in an institution affiliated with the department. معناته نفترض انه مثلا انا اعرف مثلا بالنسبه لقسم الجامعات هذا الشيء، يعني مثلا اكو مركز تدريب بعد التخرج، لكن اكو في جامعات اخرى اكو يعني عندهم علاقه مع مؤسسه تدرب خريجي الترجمه. زين، وهذا شيء يعني حقيقه يفتح لهم افاق، يفتح لهم مجالات، يفتح لهم امور كثيره. Few participants, 12% said they received a scholarship or grant, while the remaining 88 did not. And this is another significant factor, whether there are possibilities for further studies, whether there's possibilities for scholarship abroad. And based on the sample that have participated in the study, the majority of them said they did not get a scholarship to study abroad, definitely, whether in different countries. In terms of the other factor related to the work, we can say that 43% are working in a field not relevant at all to the field of translation, while 57% said they work in a field relevant to this major. So not necessarily in a translation-related field, but probably in teaching English or something related, probably a job that needs the language skills. So this is another important percentage. And these are the categories of the field they work in, like some of them work as assistant lecturer, professors, English language teachers, freelance translators, manager, school principal, merchant, accountant, commercial. So you can see the categories of the field they work in as graduates of translation. When it comes to their description of the work related to the field of translation, 24% said they work as teacher or instructors, 13% working the interpreter or part-time translators. Then 10% only do a paid translation occasionally. 11% work as fully paid translators. So from the whole population of the sample, only 11% work in a field as fully paid translators. And 38 said they never work in the field of translation in any form. يعني حوالي 40% قالوا احنا ما لنا شغل، تمام اخذنا شهاده الترجمه بس ما لنا شغل اساسا لا بالترجمه ولا كنا استفادينا من شهاده الترجمه باي حال من الاحوال. These are the kind of skills, and this is something, the educational skills they acquire because of joining the Department of Translation. And all of these are important. I'm sorry that you know that these are percentages, but we can say if we look at the last two columns, which is considerable value and great value, we can say that the majority of them, they found or developed their skills, whether it is the written skills, consecutive translation skills, writing skills, improved reading skills, analytical skills, besides other social skills. So we can say that almost 70% or 2/3 of the participants, they gained skills because of joining the Department of Translation, and they have developed through these different kind of skills. This is another important element, which is recommending the major, the department, and the university. So this, in these questions, I tried to understand whether the graduates of Department of Translation recommend translation as a major, whether they recommend their department and universities. And as you can see, these are the percentages. Results shows that 4% said they would definitely not recommend. يعني قريبا لا تعطي ترجمة ولا لك شغل بالترجمة ولا تدوخ نفسك. زين بس تلاحظون انه يعني بالمقابل عندنا حوالي 32% و54% said they would recommend this major. In respect to the department recommendations, وايضا هذا يعني مثلا اختلاف، يعني انا اذا اجي مثلا يعني مقارنه ما بين على سبيل المثال خريجي جامعه الموصل قسم الترجمه وخريجي جامعه تكريت قسم الترجمه، نلاحظ انه هذاك ايضا اكو تنوع. وممكن انت بالحقيقه انه تدرس العوامل، ليش مثلا على سبيل المثال يعني اللي في قسم الترجمه في جامعه الموصل عندهم يعني مثلا وصفوا تجربتهم بان ايجابيه ومفيده مقارنه مثلا بجامعه تكريت، وهذه احيانا تطلع لنا نتائج مفيده. فعلى العموم بالنسبه للبوبوليشن ايضا نلاحظ انه 11% said they will not recommend their department, whereas the majority of the participants said they would recommend the department. The last one is related to the universities, and as you can see, the percentages also is high when it comes to recommending the university itself. Now we come to the gist of the study and recommendation related to the results. What did I come up with when I studied these population and proposed these questions to the participants? And we can see, I just want to drive your attention. I just want to drive your attention that this study was conducted in 2020. So the time period is very critical. Their perception of reality might be different from now. So if I conduct the same study right now, I might have different results. So it's important to remember that the results reflect a certain time period. The troubled security in Iraq and the economic, social, and political instability make working with international organizations that recruit bilinguals and interpreters very dangerous. طبعا هي دائما يعني sensitive مسألة انه يعني احيانا يعني العمل كمترجم يعني يثير مشاكل وحساسيات يعني خاصة لما تكون يعني البلد في أزمة وفي يعني ظروف معينة. الأمر الثاني, nearly 1/3 of the branch participants, 36% said that they are unemployed. Approximately half of the employed participants work in an area not relevant to translation, such as management, school teaching, business accounting, and career. Those who work fully paid translators make up only 10%. يا جماعة يعني إنه فقط 10% يعملون كمترجمين، يعني يقدر يترجم سواء ترجمة فورية أو سواء ترجمة تحريرية. 10% طبعا من البوبيليشن يعني أحيانا حتى يكون يعني مثلا حاصل على شهادة ماجستير أو دكتوراه بس هو ما يمارس الترجمة، وهذا أمر يعني جدا يعني قصد إنه فولي بايد شنو؟ إنه هو يشتغل فقط كمترجم يعني. هذه مسألة أيضا يعني يا جماعة مهمة. وتلاحظون إنه هاي النسبة طابقت مع إيش؟ مع السؤال الأول اللي هو بالأسبريشن. يعني هذول النسبتين متشابهين، اللي كان هو يطلع أن يشتغل مترجم اشتغل مترجم، وكذلك بالأساس هو كانت رغبته الترجمة. This is something very important. Training relative to translation is reported to be scanty. 70% of the participants said they did not receive any training. فعموم جامعات العراق وعموم الأقسام ما أقول يعني نقدر نقول أكو تدريب جدا قليل. الأمر الآخر إنه 12% of those received a grant or scholarship. طبعا هذه اللي قلت لكم سابقا. الأمر الآخر يا جماعة المهم هو يا جماعة إنه ما عندنا يعني مثلا membership بprofessional associations. يعني أيضا قلة قليلة ترتبط ب association. يعني أنا من الناس ترى كنت عضو في الأمريكان ترانزليترز أسوسيشن، وحقيقة هي تفتح لك مجالات. يعني أنا كنت عن طريق الجمعية مع المترجمين الأمريكيين تجيني شغل، يعني يجي لي ترجمة تحريرية، يبعثوا لي مثلا medical interpreting، يبعثوا لي مثلا quote interpreting. فوجود الاسوسيشن هو شيء جدا مهم، وتلاحظون انه يعني رقمكم يعني معنا يعني عضوية. زي نشر يعني يا جماعة نشرح انه مثلا شرحنا انه اغلب المشاركين كانوا فرحانين انه يبقى خريج ترجمة، تقريبا 80% انا تفسير انه يعني اللي يخلص دراسة وعنده كونش ايموشنال اتاتشمنت، يعني هو نعم شعور هو حقيقة انه هو فرحان انه تخرج من الترجمة وانه يعني مثلا يرجع فاليو لها، رغم انه استفاد منه ما استفاد منه. there is some sort of ربما الدكتور اسامه وافقنا على المسألة. So there is some sort of psychological aspect to this matter. Exactly. يعني انا استاذ علي مستعجل فان شاء الله اعطيكم على السريع. اقول لكم انه فيما يتعلق بالريكومنديشن احنا نحتاج الى systematic studies تحاول examine the educational value not only in translation but in different fields. ربما هو يعني مثلا هاي المسألة الكبرى انه is there some sort of balance between the output and the market needs. فلازم ندرس هاي المسألة بطريقة نظامية. مسألة جدا مهمة. طبعا المسألة ايضا هي كريكومنديشن لازم تكون يعني مثل مسؤولية الساسة، انه هم قائمين على سياسة التعليم العالي، لازم تكون اكو تنسيق فيما يتعلق بالمدخل والمخرج وتوظيف يعني مثلا الخريجين سواء في قسم الترجمة سواء في اقسام اخرى. طبعا ما يحتاج نقول انه يعني نظام التعليم العالي في العراق بضمن قسم الترجمة واقسام اخرى يحتاج الى اصلاحات كثيرة حتى تكون المسألة مجدية. This is what I wanted to talk about in this presentation. If you have any questions or comments, I'm happy to take them. Thank you.
One question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Doctor, for this nice presentation. I have no question, by the way, but I want to say something.